Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the CIMA Diploma in Performance Management webinar, organized by Informa and delivered by Steve Willis. The webinar will be recorded and we will send it to you within a week. We'll take questions at the end of the webinar, so please feel free to type them in the questions box as you think of them. Over to you, Steve.
Thank you, Megha. Hello, everyone. First of all, welcome. My name is Steve Willis, and I will be your host for the next half hour or so. And if you are here, you're thinking about a professional qualification, and I think that's the right way to go in these modern times. The rate of change in the finance and accountancy profession is so great. Who knows what our job will look like in 15 or 20 years? If you have a professional qualification like the CIMA qualification, you will be well equipped for whatever the future brings us. And I will be your tutor on the courses that we'll be talking about. I'm very excited to work with you. I've been doing this for over 15 years with pretty much all of the big four accounting companies around the world. I have worked with thousands of people like yourselves in over 30 countries. It's hard to keep track of where I've been. I've been all throughout Europe, Middle East, Africa, Asia. And I also do train the trainer workshops for various global bodies like World Bank around the world. So I'm really passionate about helping people like yourselves advance in your careers. And you're curious about the CIMA Diploma in Performance Management, which is why we are here. Let's talk about, I've been training in the Middle East since 2011. And we are talking about the CIMA Diploma in Performance Management. And CIMA, wonderful way to grow your career. 600,000 members around the world. Look on the board, look on the screen. You can see that all industries, in financial services, in manufacturing, in aerospace, in the public sector, in hospitality. So if you're thinking of CIMA, you are for your career, it is the right way to go. And when you qualify CIMA, there are a range of different certifications you gain. Let me take you through what the CIMA syllabus is all about. Now, the CIMA syllabus has two parts to it, really. It has the competencies that you will gain through your studies and your work experience, and those competencies are then aligned and linked with the syllabus that takes you through three broad disciplines. And if we start by looking at the competencies, guys, when you are qualified with CIMA, you will have leadership skills. How can you build teams? How can you manage teams? How can you manage change? You'll gain a variety of technical skills in IFRS, International Financial Reporting Standards, in management accounting, in project management, in data analysis. You'll learn business skills, okay, forecasting. Okay, how can we understand and interpret data to make informed business decisions? And people skills are in there as well. How can we communicate? How can we negotiate? So those are the integrated skills, all underpinned with good digital skills and data analysis, data visualization, understanding how to use big data. What are the benefits we can get from big data in our company? Okay. With those competencies, we can then link to the CIMA syllabus, guys. And you can see my pointer here on the screen. The CIMA syllabus, you have the 3 pillars and 4 levels. We're going to look at these middle 3 levels, okay? The bottom level here is for the certificate. That's for candidates who do not have a bachelor's degree. And the CIMA syllabus, the 3 pillars, let's start in the middle here, management accounting. Okay, that is core to CIMA. That is all about how can we plan, forecast, control a business? How can we manage risks? How can we manage performance? How can we evaluate the external environment? How can we set a range of performance metrics and ensure that we have performance reports, digital dashboards that are monitoring the right areas of performance? I'm very passionate about management accounting. It's very useful. The tools that I have in my toolbox come up on a daily basis in business for me. Next to management accounting, we have management. And I really like the CIMA syllabus. It runs more like an MBA program than it does a boring old-fashioned accountancy qualification for bean counters. And in the management pillar, we learn about performance management. How about motivation, leading people, leading through change, setting the strategy of a company. We go through the strategic planning models that you'll also find on MBA programs. So I like the management pillar. And we've got management accounting, we've got business management, and on the far right, we have financial accounting. And in the modern world, a modern professional accountant needs to be an expert in IFRS, understanding the implications of tax, understanding consolidation, and also being able to set a financial strategy for a company, understanding what is our cost of capital, what is the required return of our investors. And so guys, the CIMA syllabus integrates those 3 disciplines, and we look at it from 3 levels. There is the operational level, there's the management level, and then we have the strategic level. Now, if you do the standard route into the CIMA qualification, you'll need to pass 9 sets of multiple choice objective test exams and then 3 case study exams. After all of that, you are entitled, you earn the designation, the Global Chartered Management Accountant. However, we are here to talk about a super cool new program. That's the Diploma in Performance Management. Now, if you can see my mouse on the board, guys, the diploma that I will take you through is the P level, P1, P2. And if you complete those exams, P1 and P2, and I will get you through those exams on the training course with hard work, everyone can pass this exam. With P1 and P2, you guys, all you have to do is take the management case study and you are then well on your way to the full CIMA qualification. If you decide to go forward, you can continue with the strategic level exam. Okay, that's an overlay of our diploma on the full syllabus. Now, let us drill down in more detail into the actual diploma in performance management. That's why you're here. I'm going to tell you exactly what we'll cover, what it's all about. Okay, so why do you want to invest in this expensive qualification? Well, the whole idea is you don't want to be a bean counter in business. You want to move to a number cruncher, to a leader in business and finance. And this qualification is a gateway to that. Okay? You will learn how to contribute to financial control, business planning and analysis, strategy formation. So you're going to gain valuable insights, how you can supercharge business performance, okay, through strategy and management accounting tools, okay? And we will look at this from 2 perspectives, two dimensions, everybody. We look at it from the short-term view. We look at it from the long-term view. And I think of it as building up a professional toolbox. So we're going to build up two sets of robust toolboxes. One set helps us solve the short-term, day-to-day problems with our management accounting tools. And the other toolbox, when we move to P2, we get into the long-term view. And if you have any questions, everybody, maybe you have a lot of questions, please just write them into the question box. And at the end of this short presentation, I will be very happy to take all of your questions. So, what's in it for you? A whole new range of professional tools that will help you improve your business and improve your career. And if we look at P1, the P1 exam, the course for the P1 exam will be starting next month. We'll tell you all about the dates and those details shortly. We are looking at short-term cost management, short-term management accounting, and we're going to be looking at some very interesting topics. We start at looking at cost, volume, and profit. What is the impact on our business of making decisions about variable versus fixed cost? Should we run our business on variable costs or fixed costs? Well, that will have a big impact on our risks, on our operational gearing. We'll be looking into that. Okay, we'll be looking at how to report profit under different systems. How can we value inventory? We'll be looking at the tools of traditional management accounting. We'll be looking at marginal costing and absorption costing. Okay, we will practice making decisions from the short-term perspective. Break-even analysis. We'll be looking at how do we determine our break-even point? What can we do to increase our profits to break even? We'll be looking at make or buy decisions. We'll be looking at how to set a production plan that maximizes our profitability. We will do a very deep dive into budgeting on the course, everyone. We will look at a variety of approaches to setting a budget for an organization. We look at traditional approaches, we look at modern approaches. We will also look at the discipline of cost control and financial control, looking at variance analysis. Okay, that's a technical topic, quite useful. Okay, we will also have an introduction into risk management. We'll be looking at sensitivity analysis, decision trees, probability distributions. Okay, so that is in a nutshell what we will do over 5 days when we talk about P1 management accounting, everybody. Now, you'll pass that exam, you'll come back in October, and we will then tackle the topics in P2, okay? Performance management and advanced management accounting, okay? Now we're going to look at the link between management accounting and strategy. We will take a long-term view. We will look at modern management accounting practices such as activity-based management, just-in-time, Kaizen, total quality management, continuous improvement. Quite interesting topics that you can apply to your business after the course. Okay, then we'll be looking at performance management in great detail. How can we understand what are the objectives? What's the mission of our organization? How can we set performance metrics that are linked to the right areas of performance? How can we measure performance from non-financial and financial perspectives? How can we create a dashboard to measure the right things? We'll be using different frameworks, some of which you might be familiar with, like the balanced scorecard. And in P2, we will look at a very useful set of tools for understanding investment appraisal. How can we ensure that the non-current assets we invest in are maximizing our shareholders' wealth? Well, we'll be looking at net present value, internal rate of return, and annuities, and a variety of tools using the time value of money ideas, understanding what is our company's cost of capital so that our investment decisions, are enriching our shareholders. And we then take the risk management ideas that we did in P1 and we take them further. Now, what's the impact of risk on strategy? We will look at a framework for risk management rather than just some individual tools. We'll take our ideas we worked on before of risk and uncertainty and probability tables, and solve more complicated risk management problems. So that's what P2 is about. I'm getting so excited talking about this. I can't wait for our course together to share these ideas with you in person and look at a whole bunch of real business problems on our course together. Okay, so we talked about P1, we talked about P2. You need to pass these exams, and upon passing, you get the diploma in performance management. Just on passing those two exams. So let's look at the actual steps to getting certified. So the program, guys, is open to corporate professionals of any background, and I will assume zero knowledge of management accounting on the course. I take it from the first steps, from the baby steps. So don't be afraid to come on the course, even if you do not have a strong background in accounting. In fact, you can come on the course and I will take you through everything you need to know. Well, first thing that you need to do, the first important step is to sign up for this program. Pay your fees with my colleagues. They will be extremely helpful to give you any further information and to take you through the administrative steps. Then you will study for these two exams sequentially, not at the same time, sequentially. First thing is P1, clear P1. Then we'll come back in October, we'll talk about P2, and you will then pass P2. It's a good idea to take these exams about within 6 months of each other. If you let it go longer than that, your chances of passing drop, everybody. The topics in P2 assume that you have passed P1 and that you know everything in P1. So it's important that you see this as a linked program. Clear P1, then you'll have those solidified, then you move to P2. After that, you earn the diploma. After you pass both exams. So it's a 4-step approach, guys. And guys, the P1 course dates it's coming up. That's next month. That is the 8th to the 12th of March. So I will run it on a full week. We'll run the course 9 to 5 every day with breaks. P2 will happen in October, everyone. After you clear P1, we'll come back. We'll do P2 on the 18th of October. And if you are watching this webinar, please get out your pen. Here is a very cool promo code that you can use to get a $200 reduction in your course fees. There's the promo code, webinar 200. Guys, at this point, let me open the floor to any questions that you might have. One common question that I often get is this: Steve, how much time do I need to study after the course? Okay, well, I cannot tell you exactly how much time you will need. It depends on individual circumstances. However, the course is the starting place, and you will need to devote weekends and some evenings to reviewing the course topics. Okay, you will need to practice the past exam questions extensively in your question book, and you will do an exam simulation. You will practice, okay, the exam several times before the real exam sitting. So you will need a fair amount of time in addition to the training course, okay, in order to pass the exams. Any other questions out there? If anybody has any questions, you can please type them into the question and answer the question box, please. Another question I get: how difficult are these exams? What are the pass rates like? Well, I can tell you this. The pass rate, the global pass rate for the P1 exam, everybody, the global pass rate for the P1 exam is a little less than 50%. For the P2 exam, it's a bit more than 50%, so roughly 50% pass rate. However, on my training courses, virtually everybody passes, okay? So my message to you, if you come on our training course, if you commit to practicing, if you block some weekends after the course and some evening time, and you do everything that I ask of you, you practice the past exam questions, you learn your exam technique, there is no reason you cannot be successful on these exams on your first attempt. I've got a question here from Howard. Let me see what that question is. Hello, Howard. Do you have a question there? I don't see your question. Sure thing. Howard is asking, can you tell me more about the Chartered Global Management Accounting designation? Well, CIMA in their wisdom has broken out this really big qualification process into several stages. When I did my exams a long time ago, it was just go commit to 4 years of doing exams. If anything happens along the way, that's it, game over. You're out, okay? If you don't go all the way and finish all 14 exams. Well, CIMA has a cool system now. And we are offering the courses for the first, what I want to call a first level qualification and that would be the Diploma in Performance Management. So when you take the 2 exams, you have achieved that great objective. Now, if you wish to take it further and become a chartered global management accountant, that is the next stage. That's something you can worry about next year. After you clear the 2 exams that I will prepare you for, you can make the career decision, should I go for CGMA? And those letters tell the world that you are a rock star accountant, okay? That you are not just a bean count. You are not a bean counter. You are a powerful number cruncher. You are a leader in business, okay? And the CGMA designation, you can find chartered management accountants in the biggest, most successful companies around the world. So I would recommend it to you in the future, okay, after you've earned the Diploma in Performance Management. But first things first, get the diploma. That's what we're here to do. That unto itself is helpful for you. Okay. Is the qualification strictly for accountants? What a wonderful question. There is a misunderstanding, I think, nowadays among lay people. The CIMA qualification and being a professional accountant, okay, is a very diverse role. And it's not just about preparing accounts. Okay, it's about treasury management. It's about advising business. It's about setting a financial strategy. And even more than that, the CIMA qualification is preparing you to be a leader in business, not just finance and accounting. So this course is not strictly for accountants. Okay, it is an accountancy course. But once you are qualified, you can use your professional knowledge in a range of business disciplines beyond just quote unquote accounting. Do we have any other questions out there, guys? Don't be shy. There are some practical work experience requirements to get the CGMA, and you can do that in parallel while you are taking your exams. Many people that I work with do those, both of those together. They are getting the professional experience while they are taking their exams. So yes, there are practical work experiences for sure. Okay, everyone. I've had a wonderful time today telling you about our great program. I'm excited to meet you on the courses. It will be interesting. It will be a lot of fun. We will be looking at company examples from around the world. I will give you the exam technique, the knowledge, so you can pass these exams. And with hard work, you'll pass both exams. Okay, you'll earn the diploma in performance management. And you will be supercharging your business and your career to go to great places. Mega, can I pass the floor back to you? Do you have any final words that you would like to add to our presentation?
Yes, thank you so much, Steve. And everyone, thank you for listening in. We really hope that you found this webinar informative and useful. Please feel free to get in touch with us if you have any questions at a later stage. And as Steve mentioned, as the beginning of your journey, we look forward to seeing you on the P1 course coming up in March. Give us a shout if you need any help with getting approvals to attend this course. We could help you with speeding up the process at your organization. And yeah, we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Steve, and thank you everybody else.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.